welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing another collaboration with my best friend Anaya, where we're doing an episode 2 to our last 2 episodes that we did. That was like a podcast style episode where we were talking about what were we talking about? In the first part, which was on my channel, we talked about our academic journeys after CSEC, and then on her channel we talked about who you are without school. Ignore my curtain here, it's really hot. I needed to open a window, but I just pulled the curtain for better lighting. So if this moves at any point, don't just ignore it. Okay, just ignore it. Anyways, yeah, so in this episode, we're going to be talking about how to balance your school and your personal lives. Now, are we the best examples of that? Probably not. But you know what? Considering we're doing YouTube videos and social media while still being in school, I don't think that qualifies. But we're going to pretend that it makes us qualified, okay? I have an eye on the side here as per usual, so let's go. Now, you want to introduce yourself? I don't think we need an introduction, but just for the sake of it.
Just for the sake of it. I feel like I've been here so many times. This is my second home, okay? Hi, my name is Anaya. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Awkward. Like, what do I even say?
Yeah, literally. Okay, yeah. So as I would have just said, in this episode, we're going to be talking about balancing our work. Well, not work, our school and personal lives. So, hold on, let me pull up this agenda thingy that I had sent you, because I've already forgotten what we're supposed to talk about. First things first, the actuality of balancing school and personal life. I think because everybody thinks it's either very easy to balance your work and your school and personal life, or it's either very hard. So where do you think you fall between that scale?
I think I fall on the scale of people who find it very difficult to do that. I think especially in secondary school, because for me, and there's a train passing.
It's always on a film.
I'm gonna try to talk over the train, okay? I don't know, but I know you're gonna hear the train. Okay, I'm gonna just wait, because then it's gonna be a pain to edit. Wow.
It's really hard.
Okay, back to what I was saying. I think I'm one of the people who finds it very difficult to balance school and life. I think it was especially hard in secondary school because of the fact that school kind of is your life at that point. All your friends are there. You spend 8 hours a day there. Everybody you know is there. It's very hard to separate the two. Everything is centered around school, and so it kind of, for me, felt like when I'm doing bad in school, it's just like, well, I have nothing else going for me, so... Oh, wait, that sounds real depressing. That sounded really depressing. Oh, dear. Well, yeah.
Okay, I think for me, in the beginning, I was like that, especially in primary school. Like, I didn't know anything outside school. Technically, I still don't. But I think, like, from Form 4 onwards, I kind of realized, like, you know, at some point you have to realize school isn't everything, even though at like most of our life we kind of think it is. You kind of have to figure out who you are without school, and even before you do that, you have to balance yourself outside of school, because you still have a life outside of school. Like when you're on your breaks, the things you do when you're on your breaks from studying, when you're spending time with your family, stuff like that. And I think from Form 4 onwards, I kind of realized I need to balance that out, because before that, when I tell you my parents would not see me, barely anyone in my own village at some point knew I was still in the village. So it was really bad. I wasn't even leaving my room, let alone my house. I was always inside just studying. And while that's good, I think at some point it gets unhealthy. And
yeah, like during CSEC, my motto, because CSEC is such a stressful thing, there's so much pressure put on it, I was like, I am not going to kill myself for these exams, because I have a life to live outside of school. There is life after school. Because most people, the highest level you go is university. And then what? You're not in school for the rest of your life. There's things outside of that, you know?
Exactly. So that was also my motto during both CSEC and for Unit 1 of 𝐀𝐝. I was like, obviously I'm going to try my hardest, but I'm not going to let it kill me. Like, because that's just not worth it. Like, I have things I can do outside of school, and already it doesn't make sense putting so much pressure on myself solely for one thing when there's so much other things I could look forward to. So from Form 5 especially, I started like prioritizing my outside life a little more, and now I do that a lot more too, where it's like, yes, I prioritize school more than anything else probably, but that doesn't mean I'm neglecting myself and my personal life anymore like I used to. So like how you said you found it difficult because you thought like at that point school was your life. Since graduating from secondary school, has your views on that changed?
Yeah. It's once you graduate, you realize, okay, wow, it really was not that deep. I think after doing CSEC, it was kind of crazy because it's like, okay, the results of this exam were, it was like, that was everything, all of my efforts bundled up. And then I don't know if it's like a bad thing, but it's kind of just felt like nothing. It felt like I expected myself to have done well, even though I doubted myself at the same time. Yeah. So I believed in myself, but I also doubted myself because I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that well. Like, I think I'm going to pass, but I don't think I'm going to do that well. And then I did really well, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then I don't know, it's kind of weird. Because I wouldn't say it's made a huge difference. I mean, I guess now I have a life outside of school. I do things outside of studying. But it just felt weird. I don't know how to explain it. It felt weird.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of like that right now, where it's like I just did my Unit 1 exams, and now it's like, now results are coming out in a few days, but before we got the word of the date of results, I was like, okay, what do I do with my life? Now I traveled in July, so I actually had something to do, but before that I'm like, what do I do?
I tried to give myself more work. Like, I didn't know how to relax. I didn't know how to stop.
Literally. I remember you created a whole syllabus for yourself at one point.
Yeah. And then I did that for like a week, and I was like, actually, I'd like to enjoy my time off.
I feel like one thing especially, that when it comes to trying to balance yourself is how, like, guilty you feel trying to do that, because you have to balance your school and personal life, but when you kind of prioritize your personal life, it feels like you're neglecting your school life, and you just feel really guilty for that. So I know during the term when I'm trying to relax and taking a break, and I'm just laying on my bed trying to take a nap, I feel like I probably shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I should go pick up a book and study. And the guilt you get from that, it's awful. It's one of the worst feelings ever.
That happens to me like all the time. Like right before I go to bed, when it's sort of like the quiet, the lull of the day, you're really just there with your thoughts. It'll be racing through my head. Like I'm actively, most times I go to sleep envisioning and planning what I'm going to do for the next day. Like the tasks that I've given myself to do for the next day. Most times I give myself like a very long to-do list with 1,000,010 things to do, knowing that I'm probably not going to hit every single thing on that to-do list, but it's just like, I don't know. Nighttime reaches and suddenly I'm like, oh my gosh, I can take on the world. I can do everything, and it's interesting to say the least.
Yeah. The productivity boost you get right when you should be trying to sleep needs to be studied.
Because sometimes I'm like, okay, but what if I just like don't sleep, and what if I ride out this productive like energy, and I just do all the tasks I want to do. Like last night I had to stop myself from doing that because it was like 1 a.m. and I got, well, that's the morning, that's not last night. Oh dear. Okay, so at 1 a.m. I got the urge. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could do this. I have this video idea. I have this idea. I could do all these things. Let me write these things down. And I was like, I know I should go to bed, but part of me was like, what if I just stay up, and if I were to do all these things and ride on this productive energy? Okay, but then what's gonna happen later in the day? Yeah. So I did go to sleep, but there's times where it's like I don't want to. It's sort of like not manic, but that's the only way I could explain. Where it's just like, I don't know, trying to ride on this wave. But yeah.
And then eventually you just crash and burn from
I think I'm a bit, like, not over dramatic, but compared to some people, my school, like, work-life balance was pretty good. Because I still did things I enjoyed while I was in school. I was still watching my C-dramas. I was still, reading my fan fiction. I was still doing all the things that I liked. I was still drawing. I was still doing everything. I wasn't killing myself for it. And I think the reason why is because I had rules for myself. Like, forms 1 to 3, no caffeine. The only times I would have caffeine would be like during end of term exams, but then I was like, I don't need this. Let me save the caffeine for when I need it, because I think a lot of people our age forget caffeine is a drug. That is a stimulant. You can strain your heart if you have too much caffeine. So don't just be drinking caffeine like it's water. No, thank you. That's not good. But I made those rules because now, let's say I'm starting college. If I need to pull an all-nighter, I drink one Red Bull, I'm going to be up for days. If I was drinking Red Bull every day, then it would not have the same impact on me. Now, if I have an energy drink, I'm jittery, I'm anxious, I'm shaking, I can't handle it. Because I'm not used to it. So that makes it more effective.
I remember at some point during end of term, I had downed an entire can of Monster. Now, I didn't know you're not supposed to drink the entire can in one go. Yeah,
you're not supposed to
You're
drink
supposed to do it in halves.
I've never had a Monster in my life.
You're supposed to do it in halves. Otherwise, what happened to me will happen to you. I started getting chest burns. I thought I was about to have a heart attack.
Oh, dear. What does Monster taste like, though? I've never had a Monster.
Let this be a reminder.
What it tastes like. I've never even had Red Bull. I don't know what that tastes like. I've had 𝐾𝐝𝐻. That's the extent of my energy drink adventures. I had 𝐾𝐝𝐻, and that was about it.
Let this be a reminder. Don't go crazy with the energy drinks, please. We kind of touched on this already, but like how the work, school, personal life balance kind of looks different for everyone. Because it's never going to be the same. Like Naya said, she had her rules for herself where she would do certain things that would like balance out herself. Whereas for me, during forms 1 to 3, I was constantly in books, would not even take my lunch break off. And now it's like I literally force myself out of the classroom during breaks because I refuse to touch a book if I don't need to anymore.
I think also the subjects that I did, the way that's why it's different for everybody, because the subjects I did, I had the chance to have breaks. There were some of my subjects that were more practical in nature. I loved my English class. I did. You know, I loved the Shakespeare of it all, having to plan a play and act and direct and produce. But that's the thing with me as well. It's not just school that I throw myself into. I throw myself into anything I'm passionate about. So work-life balance, sometimes you do too much. Like, it's opposite ends of like the extreme. You do too much work and then you do too little work. So sometimes I would throw myself entirely like into, my teacher said do a 12th night play. I'm throwing myself into that. We are staying back hours after school. School ended at 3 o'clock. We are in school minutes to 7. We're still working on this. And I think with our environment, going to a prestigious school like ours, everybody's really ambitious. Everybody is very goal oriented and we're all working towards the same thing. So sometimes we don't stop each other. We don't step in because we all kind of have that mindset. So we fuel each other in good ways and bad ways. Because a break is necessary sometimes. But if you're pulling an all-nighter and your friend is pulling an all-nighter and we're all doing this and we're all like, I'm going to pull this all-nighter. I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to wake up at 3 a.m. before my exam so I can finish studying. Like, we all...
Definitely not.
I mean, we had excellent results. Were we the healthiest? I don't think so.
I remember. Yeah, we really didn't. And heavy on like the you either throw yourself into work or you go days without working, because I'm on vacation right now, right, waiting for results, and somehow my teacher convinces me to take up a whole tutoring thing, and I'm not even getting paid for this, so.
I guess it's good. Like, we're passionate. I'm not gonna dog on it because I do think having a drive, having passion, because humans, when we don't have purpose, when we don't have something that we want to throw ourselves into, we can feel really bad about it. And throwing yourself into school and other projects isn't necessarily a bad thing, because that is part of your life. School is part of your life.
Exactly.
And if you're trying, you have a vision for yourself and what you want for your future, and doing well in school is part of that, I don't think there's anything wrong with throwing yourself into that, just as long as you know, you're still taking care of yourself.
I was talking to my mom about that yesterday. Like, when you have ambition and you know where you want to go and how to do it, that's where you need to throw yourself into. Speaking of my mom, she's right here. I'm waiting for her to leave. Okay, she left. The relatable times of when our balance wasn't that good, which I think was probably most of our school life.
We could probably talk about when it was good. We've kind of been speaking badly about ourselves. That's another thing too. When we're like, oh yeah, I'm so aware, I'm very self-aware, but then you're only self-aware when it comes to negative things. Like, you don't hype yourself up, so you're not self-aware. You're self-deprecating. That's not being self-aware. You have to
Yeah.
acknowledge the good and the bad. So
Exactly. We're working on that though.
I think we had a good work-life balance because yes, we put ourselves into school.
Yeah.
But like the two of us, we would go to all the school festivities together. We would do all those things together. So I think we had a good little work-life balance. Yes, you know,
Yeah.
study hard so that you could party hard too.
Study hard, play hard.
Well,
I think now that you aren't in school with me, and like you're not even in the country, it's really hard for me to go to school events because there's no one to go with.
okay, let's make a deal. When I start back school, I'm sure they're gonna have a school event, and I'm an introvert. I need an extrovert to adopt me. So I will go to a school event by myself if you go to a school event by yourself.
Okay, deal.
Yeah. And you see, you have it easier because you are going to a school that you've been in for the past 5 years.
Yeah,
You know people.
that's true.
I don't know nobody.
That's true.
So, we shall do this. We will report back.
We shall do this, okay. What actually helps us in balancing our school and personal life? What have you found that helps you,
My mother.
if anything? Your mother.
My mother, and then just... I mean, I guess I do it myself, but I'm not that good at it, which is why my mother is incredibly helpful, and like my friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Having life outside of school,
I think-
relationships outside of school.
I think my mom is helpful in like snapping me out of my bad habits. Like the second I start spiraling over school, she sits me down and talks some sense into me. But I don't really know about other than that. I mean, I would say my friends, but I think that's because most of my friends have left my school. I literally only have 2 friends left in my school, in my class, well, my year group. And then there's one in America, there's one in university down here, there's a friend I have that's also in another country.
Which country?
So it's like, yeah, so and they're in a different time zone too, so that kind of makes me like, that kind of helped me stay on track with like checking in on them at proper times.
I was
and
like
stuff.
tripping up when we had like a 1 hour time difference, and that 1 hour made a
Yeah.
huge difference because for you it's
Yeah.
Christmas, for me it's not Christmas. Oh what was I saying?
That's a great question. I completely forgot.
Oh, I was talking about the time zone.
Ah, yes.
When we had that 1 hour time difference because of, well, when daylight savings went bye-bye, which is going to happen. When do they take off? Is it November? No. When does daylight savings end?
It's definitely after
I
your
don't remember.
birthday because I remember I had to stay up until 1 a.m. to wish you a happy birthday.
Okay, well then I think it's sometime like probably like November,
Yeah.
like sometime in November, early November, they think it. But I kind of like it. It's kind of nice because I can make all the corny jokes. I could be like, oh, I'm stuck in the past. How is it in the future?
Yeah,
What
that's
else?
basically majority of what we were to talk about. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add in.
No, I think school life balance is kind of a simple topic,
Yeah,
a short topic.
it's a really
so
short
to make it
topic.
easier to edit. There's
It
not
is
much
much
to talk
easier to
about.
edit. And I have to edit it, so...
At least this way I get to edit shorts content.
That's true.
The last one I did not
Yes,
do that many
that's true.
like TikToks for it because, well, I had to edit the long form and CapCut was trying to make me rip out my hair. So by the time it was time to do promotional content, I said no thank you.
Yeah. You know what?
I did one video.
I'll
and I
edit
said,
the
"That's good
long
enough for
form
me."
videos and you make the shorts.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna work.
I think
for
that was
now.
a good
Yeah.
strategy because the other one has like way more views. I'm like, you see, my promotions work. They do. It's just I don't know why short form content is kind of harder to edit. I'm like,
Somehow,
oh,
yeah.
you're short. Well, I'm short.
And
I don't know how what me being short has anything to do with that. I don't know. I'm probably go yeah.
Anyways, let me go film this outro while you think about why short form content is harder to edit.
Short form content is harder to edit because I have to change the ratio of the frame from YouTube ratio to TikTok ratio. And yeah, let's just talk. While she films that intro, let's talk. You've been undefeated. Lord. Okay, yeah, let's just talk. Oh, my mic is on. Uh-oh, she could hear us. Okay, she can't hear us no more. So the reason why it's harder to edit is because, one, I have to change the aspect ratio. So YouTube's aspect ratio is 19:16, right? So I have to cut that down to the TikTok YouTube Shorts ratio, which is like, it's skinny. It's a skinny rectangle. So I have to like cut our faces, and most times it cuts off the two slabs here, and then I have to get those two separate videos, and I have to put the two of us in one video. I have to make it look like not we are together, but like I have to mesh the conversations. And then, because people have no attention span on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, I have to cut out our long moments of rambling. So I have to chop those out, but then I still have to keep the theme of the conversation, and then I post it. That is why it is difficult. Yes, it takes quite long actually, especially because most times I have to look for specific moments in the long, like most times we up for like 20 to 30 minutes. So in the 20 to 30 minutes, I have to find it, and then I have to find the corresponding clip, because I don't know if you know this, but we actually film on separate devices. She is to the side over here, right? Okay, the video inception. It is a myth. Nothing is real. We were having a conversation without you. Yeah. We were discussing. So we came to the conclusion. And they're probably like, girl, who's we? You're talking to yourself. Yes, I am. Me and Fantasia. Me and Fantasia. So based off our elite analysis, we have determined that having to change the aspect ratio to the skinny version, and then having to take the skinny version and somehow put the two of us together in one video, and then having to take the long 20 to 30 minute conversations that we have and finding specific moments where, most entertaining, because sometimes we are talking about nothing, like this. We're talking about nothing, and then clipping it together and then posting it.
Yes, that's valid. That was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hope you guys may have taken something away from it. If you agree with anything we said, if you have a different opinion, if you have further opinions, feel free to comment down below. If you have any questions or any other topics you would like us to talk about, just let us know. You have both my channel and Naya's channel to go and ask. So I will see you guys in my next video, which is actually gonna be a makeup video for the makeup I did today, because I tried out some new makeup this morning right before filming. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Oh, also, I forgot, but check out our social medias right here. I'll link them in the description as well. Now, goodbye.